What's happening, guys? Welcome back to Duty's Daggers, and it's an exciting time. The Shift V2 is here. Look at this beauty. I've had this for about a week, and I was not allowed to post about it until today, the 14th. These are dropping, guys, on the 19th. So 5 days, 14, 15, 16, 17, yeah, 5 days from now, if you're watching this video right when it comes out. Well, actually, it'll come out tomorrow, so 4 days. These are dropping at the Axial website. And if you're into OTFs and you like the original Shift, you're going to freaking love this thing, dude. Wow. Now, I'm not like super into OTFs. The only other one I own is my Benchmade Shootout here, and we'll kind of compare them here in a little bit. But this thing has me kind of into them now. This thing is just really good. So let's just talk about kind of the construction of it, and then we'll go into what I think of it. First, please subscribe to the channel if you would. And like the video, too, while you're at it. Or the other way around. Or just like it if you're already subscribed. Just like the video. Thank you. So, full aluminum construction. One of the changes from the original Shift is they're using a higher tensile strength aluminum now. 70-75 instead of 60-65. Not sure that matters a whole ton, but it's cool. This is stronger. The aluminum's stronger than the last one. Another upgrade is this bearing system in the switch. Look at those. See those tracks right there? I'm assuming there's like little ball bearings under the switch here. It's a very smooth switch. We'll talk more about the switch in a minute because I absolutely love it. I think it's my favorite switch I've ever seen or felt on an OTF. We have a really nice titanium pocket clip. Really, really well done. Completely flush with the surface of the scale in there. Enough room to get in under your pocket seam, and it's not too strong. It is absolutely perfect, I'm telling you. It's stone washed, so it looks really nice. Got a couple lines milled into it. It just looks really good. Now this here is an inlay piece. I think it's G10. So I think they're probably planning on offering this with different inlays in here. Maybe some fat carbon. I don't know. This is just black G10 though. Either way, it feels nice, and it actually kind of sits over the surface of the aluminum a little bit, so it kind of thickens up this part of the handle, making it feel a little more hand-filling when you're gripping it like this. This blade is a Wharncliffe, but there's going to be 4 blade shapes. Wharncliffe, Tanto, double-edged, and clip point. They're doing a clip point OTF. I'm very interested to see how that's going to look. I'm not aware of any other clip point OTFs out there. I could be missing one, or not thinking of one, but I can't recall ever seeing a clip point OTF. They're also doing different blade steels. They're doing MagnaCut, S35VN, and what's the other one? I forget the other one. There was 3, I think, though. Again, all these links will be down in the description. You can also use my code DutiesDaggers05. That'll be in their description too. If you want one of these, or if you want my favorite fixed blade ever, the Alpine. Man, I freaking love this thing so much. Just as long as we're talking about Axial. This is my favorite fixed blade I've ever owned, ever. It's unbelievably slicey. It's the perfect blade shape. Titanium scales. I love this geared spine right here. It's the perfect size. It just cuts so amazingly well. Fits right in your pocket. Comes with an ulti clip, so this hangs right in your pocket. Look at the handle sticking out. It's just incredible. So we'll put that up there. We'll talk about it a little bit more. Actually, let me just get it out. So, anyways, this one is in MagnaCut. And there's a it's got a 2-tone blade. It's stone washed on the bevel and the swedge, and then it's got the satin flats. Got these little slats milled into it, just how the original had. I like that. Kind of adds a little bit of something to the blade. We have a reversible pocket clip, which you don't always see on OTFs. But the shootout does, but definitely not all OTFs. Got some kind of ridges here for grip all around the knife. It's a really good looking OTF. You know, some handles are just kind of like boxy and blah. This has some kind of elegance to it. You know, this surface is kind of a little bit slanted from the the rectangularness of the body. There's a the little ridge here, ridge up to the switch right there. It feels great in hand, and a lot of that is because of the switch. Now let's talk about the switch. This is the grippiest switch I've ever felt on an OTF. Look at this. It grips your thumb so crazy well, and because it grips your thumb so well, the switch can be very low profile. If we look at the shootout, this jimping sucks. It does not grab your thumb whatsoever. So it has to be tall in order for you to be able to push up on it or pull back on it. It has to be that tall so that you can get leverage on the switch because it's slippery. This one is it's almost like rubbing fish scales the wrong way. It's almost like that. Like, it's so grippy. It just makes this thing so easy to deploy. It's like it's grabbing your thumb and holding onto it. So that switch can be very low profile, meaning you can choke all the way right up here, and you're not even feeling that switch. It's not poking you in the slightest. That was a problem with the shootout. You know, if you wanted to choke right up, this thing is poking your hand. You know, it's not too uncomfortable, but you feel it. It's right there. So here's the difference side by side. You can see the profile of those switches. It kind of just lends to a way sleeker profile too. It just looks better. It looks better like that. Also, they have this little kind of slap milled on the side of the button, just for looks, but I don't know, I like it. Nice little detail. So it's it's really good switch. The best switch I've felt on an OTF, absolutely. The blade play, side to side this way, very minimal. There's a little. It's very minimal. Now this way, it's a little more, but it's still pretty minimal for an OTF. Compared to the shootout, this thing is really not super solid compared to this one. I'm impressed by this side to side. The amount of play. It's very little. Again, this way, it's a little more, but still really minimal. So yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with that. This is a really sweet looking Wharncliffe, or I guess you call it like a modified sheep's foot. Who knows? It's definitely Wharncliffe looking. It's probably a modified Wharncliffe actually. This is probably the blade shape I would choose, and I'm happy that they sent me this one. I didn't ask for it. I guess they just knew that I liked Wharncliffes, or they just guessed. But the double-sided ones look really cool, but they're just not as practical. Like, this thing will be practical to use. It's going to be a great utility cutter. As far as slicing goes, OTFs are just not great at slicing usually. And this one doesn't have super thick blade stock. It's pretty average. It's not a full flat grind. It's, let's see what the blade stock is. 122 thousandths. The shootout's going to be slicier. The shootout's only 89 thousandths. It's very thin and full flat grind. The shootout's a slicer. That's the only reason I still have it. It's the saving grace of the shootout because it's got a plastic handle that I hate. But it slices. This one's not going to slice as well. Let's check behind the edge. We are looking at 21 thousandths. 21. a 19. So yeah, it's not super duper thick behind the edge, but it's not super thin either. It'll be fine. It's not going to pass through the cardboard like super duper well, but it's going to pass through it. And as far as utility cutting, it's going to be great. I just think this is going to be a pretty useful knife. You know, if you had to break down a bunch of cardboard, I wouldn't probably grab this. But just day to day, breaking down a couple boxes here and there, you're going to be absolutely fine. The sharpening choil area, there's not much of a sharpening choil. You can see the edge bevel is kind of riding up in that thicker area a little bit. But that's kind of just how OTFs are. You know, the shootout, they did pretty good with it, but I'm pretty sure after your next sharpening, it's going to start thickening up there too. There's just not a lot of room for that on OTFs. I don't know why. It's just however the blade needs to fit in the handle. Seems like there's just not usually room for that, but you know, whatever. Can't be amazing in all aspects. You got the American flag there. Love it. The firing is hard. This thing fires hard. Really hard. Just as hard as any Microtech I've fired. Definitely harder than the shootout. It hasn't misfired once. And I've had this for a week, messing around with it and carrying it. Yeah, this thing just feels really solid. The switch is so solid. That's the other thing. The switch isn't rattly. There's something rattling in there a little bit. Probably just the blade inside the handle. That's not a super rattly switch, which is awesome. I've tried some Microtechs. The switch is like, you put your finger on it to actuate it. It's like just moving around on you. Yeah, I really like it. I'm going to carry it more now that I'm able to talk about it. I'll do a cut test with it, all that good stuff. And I'll keep you guys updated. You know, well, you'll see how it cuts during the cut test video. I think they really nailed it. Yeah, I really like it. So this may convert me to be more of an OTF guy. We will see. Time will tell as I carry it more. And, you know, all that good stuff. We didn't measure it. Blade length is almost 3 1/4. Actual cutting edge is about 3 1/8. The handle is about 4 3/4. So overall, it's about 8 inches exactly. Compared to the shootout, let's put these side by side. Yeah, almost exactly the same. I can retract it with my pointer finger even. That's how grippy that switch is. There you go, folks. Axial gear. Check them on out. Thanks for watching. Please like the video before you leave. I'll see you soon.